Hi, my name is Ariel from the Children of Karma, and today we're going to discuss Venus and Mars ancestral aspects. Both my parents and I have this, and my father has it in a difficult aspect. He has the Venus opposite Mars, and I could see this aspect is for creativity. It's like a charming aspect. You're magnetic, good social skills if you have like the trine or the sextile, even the conjunction, you have good social skills. But I could see with my father that opposition, it's like you can either be really passive or you can just overexert yourself and be very overly aggressive and rude. And he really didn't know how to behave amongst people. And my mother kind of knew how to put on a bit of a mask a little bit better than he could. If you have the difficult aspects here, like a square or an opposition, you should really do something creative. It really helps to utilize the Mars by doing something. This aspect is usually associated with textiles, fabrics, and colors. My mother has worked most of her life in the fabric, textile industry, bridal industry. She even sewed some baby dresses for me. I believe this had healed some sort of creative wounding that she had. I think she healed it through me. And I think I was aware of that, and I saw that it made her happy, you know, and if that's something that I could do for her to allow her to pick my outfits, sure, no problem, they're just clothes. I didn't realize that I was stifling my own creative expression by trying to help heal hers. The aspect is for the musician, the actor, the dancer. I spent most of my youth in chorus, and I mean, that was such a beautiful talent. I felt like I wasted it. It seemed like I went around stifling my own creative energy, thinking that it's going to help the people around me. This reflects this artistic competition that can be within this aspect as well. It can be like you're fighting for your ability to express that creative energy that you have, and maybe even fighting to use your art to earn money. You know, you may be having these sort of battles too. Aspect is also the serial dater, or just always in a relationship. And that was definitely me. I mean, for a period of time, there was like a rotating door of relationships. You swap them out when, you know, you get bored or things get tired. And then later on, when I was trying to teach myself about commitment, you know, and you get this need with this aspect that like you need to get married. You need to find someone before you end up alone. So it's like I was teaching myself to stay in a relationship long term, and I made decisions that were not in my benefit in order to just keep those promises I made to myself. You'll also find with this aspect that you don't get along with your gender. You may have some difficulties there, and it comes from childhood when it feels like you're in a competition for the love and affection of that other parent, the parent of the opposite gender. In my home, it definitely felt like my father wasn't paying enough attention to my mother. There wasn't any affection at all. So it became like a back and forth, even saying nasty things or hurting each other just for the other person's attention, and starting fights for attention, and it was a very toxic environment. But this is typical of Venus and Mars. They like a relationship with a little bit of spice, with a little bit of danger. They don't do boring. They don't do routine. They want something exciting. And if fights are included, then that's okay too. Love triangles are common with this aspect as well. They're very charming, so they get along with a lot of people. This aspect can also be very direct, very crude, very honest. It depends on what the sign is, but it can confuse people. You know, most people want to read in between the lines, especially when it comes to dating. So when you run into this aspect and they're very direct, it's like, you know, it can be a relief to some people, or it can be, it's like they don't believe you and they still try to read in between your lines, and it's like your wires are crossed. To get away from that sort of like living through the relationships, because you can put a lot of effort into relationships. This aspect, you know, when you're juggling so many different moving parts, I mean, you're spending a lot of time on fostering these relationships. You're not really focusing on you and your creative talents. So try to foster those talents that you have there, and even social skills as well, social and creative artistic talents. It can be a better outlet instead of using relationships. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you at thechildrenofkarma.com for your ancestral pattern services and coaching services and all other astrological chart readings. So please visit and like the video. Bye.